Today, I'm travelling by sleeper train for the next 120 hours across the UK. I'll show you exactly what it's like to travel 1,000 miles by rail, from economy to first class, how you shower, and the different restaurants available on board. And yes, we're actually taking the real Hogwarts Express. With that, let's begin our journey in Penzance, Cornwall. Well, hello there and welcome back to the channel where we begin our epic journey across the UK. And guess who I've got joining me today? Come on, look who it is.
Yeah, I'm back.
How you doing, Dad?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Yeah, ready for another sleeper train?
I am, yeah, I love a sleeper.
It's been a while, hasn't it? Our first of 4 trains is the Night Riviera, a sleeper service which has been running for nearly 150 years. To catch this, we'll be starting at the UK's southernmost railway station, Penzance. Let's head into the station and collect our tickets. These grant us access to the first class lounge, which offers comfy seating and light refreshments. As darkness falls, we're invited to board our train over on platform 1. We've been assigned coach D. Let's hop on board and see what our accommodation is like for tonight. There's a total of 12 sleeper cabins per carriage, and I'm in 9L. Welcome to my new 16 square foot home, featuring a full length, fairly narrow bed. By the bed you have lighting controls and adjustable AC. There's no ensuite bathroom, instead there's a fold down sink. There is actually a second bed in here which folds down as so. But you might wonder where Dad is. You see, this is an interconnecting room, and through here... Hello.
Oh, hello.
How are you settling in?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, comfortable? You reckon you're going to sleep all right?
I think so, it's very luxurious.
And on that note, we depart, marking the start of our epic journey north. For this first leg, we'll be travelling some 300 miles, arriving into London Paddington early tomorrow morning. Before we get our heads down, I'm keen to check out the lounge car, just one carriage along for a nightcap. The lounge car is a refurbished Mark III carriage, with a variety of seating, tables and a service counter, serving drinks and light snacks at an additional charge. It's pretty quiet this evening, so there's no issue finding somewhere to sit. Dad opts for a white wine and I a hot chocolate. Time to settle in for the night then. Oh, and before I forget, here's the communal washroom facilities. All that's left is to get my NASA PJs on, brush my teeth, and it's into bed for us both. During our slumber, we've arrived into London's Paddington Station. But how do we sleep? To quote Dad, it's the best sleep I've had on a sleeper train. That's quite the accolade. So what now? Well, my next sleeper train doesn't depart until this evening, so what can we do in London? I've devised a rather luxurious plan. After the obligatory selfie with Paddington Bear, we'll head over to the taxi rank and grab a cab across town. Where to, you ask? One of London's most prominent landmarks, the Shard. Welcome to the Shangri-La. This has been a hotel I've wanted to stay at since its opening in 2012, and to be on top of the City of London is just super special. Anyway, I think it's time to freshen up. Dad's getting settled in his room as well. And when I say freshen up, I mean taking London's highest bath, 50 floors up. Next, I've organised something incredibly special at one of London's most famous addresses. Welcome to the Ritz. I'm treating Dad to the world's most famous afternoon tea. We're greeted warmly and led over to our table in the corner of Palm Court. So, the menu. Firstly, the extensive tea selection, and then what we can expect to be served to eat. I may have also got tempted by the champagne. As the sound of the piano flows throughout the room, our food is served, from dainty sandwiches to rich pastries, scones, and of course tea. I went for the jasmine dragon pearls. Unfortunately, this is where Dad will depart, leaving me to continue onwards north. Tonight we'll be catching the iconic Caledonian Sleeper. Beforehand though, I'm dropping in for a quick trim, and have enough time for a change of clothes before dusk begins to fall over London. Tonight's sleeper train departs from Euston Station, but it's who I have waiting for me that I'm most excited about. It's brilliant to have my girlfriend Millie join me for the next leg. It's time to make our way down to platform 1.
So Millie, are you ready for another adventure?
Yes, especially the Caledonian Sleeper to Scotland.
I know, super excited about this one. First things first though, should we go check out the lounge?
Yes, please.
Just like the Night Riviera, there's a lounge by the platform for sleeper passengers. Upon check-in, we're provided with our cabin key and invited to proceed into the space. I'd say it's a far nicer setup than in Penzance. You can even order hot food for an additional charge, or simply indulge in a complimentary iron brew. Shall we? It's a little more cumbersome with extra luggage, but we manage step by step. I've booked us the Caledonian double for tonight, and with only 4 of these cabins on board, they're pretty hard to secure. It's not hard to see why they're so popular. Aside from the luxury cruise trains, this is the only true double bed on a scheduled sleeper train anywhere in the world. Provisions include in-room dining and an amenity kit featuring Scottish-made skincare products. Thankfully, there's ample storage for Millie's case under the bed. Oh, and there's an in-room sink and even an ensuite shower, which we'll check out momentarily. For now, as is becoming tradition, we must head for a nightcap in the lounge car. This is a real highlight for me, a comfortable space with plenty of seating and touches of tartan throughout. You can even order haggis should you wish, though we're sticking to drinks. Millie's gone for a Baileys, and I simply have to try a Scotch whisky. With that, we begin to glide out of London Euston, but where exactly do we head next? Over the next 9 or so hours, we'll head all the way through England and up into Scotland, arriving into Edinburgh tomorrow morning. With that in mind, I think we'll turn in for the night. Back in the room, I'll investigate the ensuite shower. Now to change into my PJs and join Millie in bed. Good morning from the Scottish borders. I slept pretty poorly and much preferred the smooth ride of the Night Riviera. That said, breakfast is calling, despite it being 6 AM. Oh, and Millie's getting a little extra sleep. So this is included in the price of our ticket, and of course I'm ordering the Scottish cooked breakfast. We'll start off with a cappuccino. And now for the Scottish breakfast. Sadly, no square sausage, haggis or tatty scone. If you're wondering what those are, I have a feeling we're going to come across them on our next train. Right, I'm going to go grab Millie. We're very nearly in Edinburgh. But what next? Well, we've got a few hours before our next departure, so I've booked us into Edinburgh's most iconic hotel, the Balmoral. It's long been a symbol of luxury in the heart of the city. Our executive room is elegant, with high ceilings, soft tones, and a generously sized bed. The views out over Waverley Station, and indeed the city, are pretty spectacular too. Now for a freshen up with a proper power shower. Oh, and a bit of ironing before our next train. Of course, this is the ultra luxury Royal Scotsman, and we'll be trying their brand new Grand Suites, never before seen on YouTube. Check-in is usefully dealt with here at the Balmoral. Tickets in hand, we're back over at Edinburgh Waverley Station, which is practically joined to the hotel. Excitement is building, and it's not long before I spot our arriving train. In true style, we're led in procession by a Scottish piper to board our new home. The ante has definitely been upped here. This is no longer a regular scheduled service, but a true luxury cruise train. Within moments, our train roars into life and glides gracefully out of the station, bound even further north. We're scheduled to arrive at our first stop, the Boat of Garton, this evening. It's time to look around our incredible train. As you can see from this sleeper train adventure, rail travel can be quite complicated. Whether it's figuring out the train schedule, how to reserve a seat, what to do with baggage, or even how to read a train ticket. That's where rail bookers come in. They make it easy to create the ultimate rail vacation. They're experts in train travel, inside and out. They know the routes, the hidden gems, the best times to go, and how to piece it together seamlessly. There are thousands of trips available on their website, many of which you may recognise from my other videos. Just find your dream destination and work with their rail experts to craft the perfect holiday. Rail Bookers knows the best sleeper trains, from basic convenience all the way up to unparalleled luxury, and of course extravagance just like the Royal Scotsman that we're on right now. You'll be well taken care of with the round-the-clock customer care and on-trip support, meaning if there's a delay or interruption, Rail Bookers handles all the arrangements, letting you sit back, relax and enjoy your holiday.
Whether you've got a rail holiday in mind, or just dreaming of crossing something off your bucket list, visit my link railbookers.com/Trek Trendy to start planning with Rail Bookers today.
Around 15 minutes after leaving Edinburgh, we crossed the Forth Bridge, one of Scotland's greatest engineering feats. And speaking of impressive design, let's take a look around our Grand Suite.
Welcome on board the Royal Scotsman.
And welcome to our Grand Suite. This, well, it's pretty spectacular, isn't it?
It's stunning, absolutely stunning.
These are the finest rooms on board, with just 4 available, each boasting around 170 square feet of space. There's a comfortable living area with a sofa and dressing table, complete with its own whiskey bar. A dining table for 2 is elegantly set, with fresh flowers and a welcome bottle of Dom Perignon. Before we take a look around the bedroom, let's peek inside the double wardrobe. There's plenty of hanging space, along with a safe and a Dyson hairdryer. The bedroom features a double bed, dressed in crisp Egyptian cotton linens. Of course, there are ensuite facilities, compact yet exceptionally well appointed. There's marble throughout, a hand-blown emerald glass sink, Bamford and Dior toiletries, and a walk-in rainfall shower. As we glide through the Scottish countryside, let's settle in for afternoon tea with Millie. Our friendly steward pours me a chilled glass of Dom Perignon, while Millie opts for a DC. This is served with caviar, sandwiches and cakes. Let's waste no time and sample the caviar. Another rather unique indulgence reserved for Grand Suite guests is a bespoke Dior spa treatment. Yes, this train even boasts its very own dedicated spa car. We're asked to change into our robes and make our way to the treatment rooms. With 2 elegant treatment spaces on board, we're each invited to our own private sanctuary for the Dior experience. Welcome to Boat of Garton. Our train will stable here overnight before continuing its journey tomorrow.
It's now almost time for dinner. Dress code this evening is informal, so I'm going to go for a shirt and chinos, I think.
For now, there seems to be a bit of commotion out on the platform. Should we go and investigate? Wow, what fun that was. We've certainly worked up an appetite. Welcome to one of 2 dining carriages on board, Raven, adorned with polished mahogany panelling, brass detailing and tartan upholstery. What's on the menu this evening? As our order is placed, we're offered a haggis croquette, which by the way is delicious. To begin, we have a terrine of chicken and foie gras, served with a prune and armagnac puree. Now for our main, the halibut, which is delicate and perfectly cooked, with the rich crayfish butter sauce, adding a luxurious ocean sweet depth. Now for our indulgent finale, a whiskey mousse paired with heather honey ice cream. To conclude our evening, we're invited to enjoy a nightcap in the observation lounge. The mood is elevated even further by an incredible live performance from local musicians Anderson and Gordon.
Well, what a fun night that was. Delicious food, amazing entertainment. What did you think, Will?
It was fabulous. It just took us by surprise, having the performance out on the platform, getting involved in the dancing a little bit.
Yeah, it was so special. Such a magical evening.
It really was.
Our journey continues in the morning, but for now, it's time for some sleep. I slept wonderfully, though perhaps that's partly because we were stationary overnight. Priorities though, breakfast time. I'm delighted to find a full Scottish breakfast on offer, complete with all the trimmings, served alongside fresh pastries and preserves. It's time to give our ensuite shower a try before we head out on our excursion into the Highlands. In terms of transport, passengers were previously shuttled around in the Royal Scotsman coach, but to add a touch of refinement and improve accessibility in more remote areas, Mercedes vans are now used. We'll be gone just a few hours, rejoining our train further down the line. Our next stop is the Roffey Mercus Estate, a vast Highland retreat where we're heading out on a hike. We meander over to the estate's main house, where we're given the special opportunity to hop in a Land Rover and drive out to the farm. Here we're going to meet an animal everyone associates with Scotland. Of course, the Highland coo. It's time to rejoin the Royal Scotsman, just 10 miles along the Highland Main Line, at Carr Bridge. We're welcomed with a glass of Ferragire, a Scottish alcohol-free spirit, and perfectly refreshing after our eventful morning. This afternoon, the Royal Scotsman begins its gentle loop back towards Edinburgh. First to Dundee, where we have something rather special planned for this evening. And of course, tomorrow brings a new and very special chapter. I want to take a quick look around the other accommodation on board. You can choose between a double or twin cabin. It's still atmospheric, but with more of a traditional heritage feel. They're around half the size, yet still feature a small desk and an ensuite bathroom. So we're making a brief stop in Inverness, I presume to take on more fuel and supplies. Inverness is often called the capital of the Highlands. Sadly, there's no time to get off, but I think this marks the perfect opportunity to explore the observation car. As you'll have seen from last night, this is the social heart of the train. I think we'll order a drink, though perhaps in form of a caffeine hit, rather than more whiskey. It's not long before we're back on the move, which provides the perfect opportunity to experience this train's party piece, the open observation deck at the very rear of the carriage.
So I've been spending the last couple of hours just looking out of the window, relaxing and enjoying being on this wonderful train, but it's coming around to dinner time. Now this evening it's apparently the gala dinner, which requires a slightly more formal approach to what we had on last night.
Millie's looking stunning. Shall we head to the dining cars? Unfortunately, we're not in the other carriage, Victory, this evening, which was built in 1945. It's no misfortune, however, to be dining in Raven this evening, which feels even more spectacular as we glide through the Highlands during dinner. Tonight's menu showcases locally inspired cuisine. But first we're starting with another glass of that delicious Dom Perignon. To begin, we have the Orkney scallops, sweet and buttery with a fragrant warmth from the curry emulsion. For our main, we have the dry-aged Angus beef, deep, savoury and perfectly tender. Prior to dessert, I'm offered a glass of dessert wine, pairing beautifully with my choice of milk chocolate mousse and brownie. We begin to slowly roll into Dundee Station, where we'll be stopping for this evening's entertainment. It's time to enjoy a traditional Scottish ceilidh right here on the platform. Good morning. Sadly, this marks the end of our Royal Scotsman adventure as we glide back into Edinburgh. But worry not, our Hogwarts Express chapter is coming up next. Oh, and if you're wondering, I'm breaking down the cost for this train and all the others in just a moment. We've got inclusive transfers over to Edinburgh Airport. It's only about a 30-minute drive. Sadly, it's also time to say goodbye to Millie, though another Trek Trendy guest will be joining me. Hello, Mum. Now let's pick up our rental car and head even deeper into the Highlands. Well, Mum.
This is good climbing.
It is. Welcome to Scotland.
Oh, thank you.
And welcome to our wheels.
Very comfortable. Little high, but...
Yeah, a little hard to get into. The plan is we're going to be taking the Harry Potter train.
I love Harry Potter.
We've got quite a drive though, so should we get on?
Oh yes, please.
Let's do it.
Our 4-hour drive will take us from Edinburgh to Fort William and along some of Scotland's most beautiful roads. We've arrived in Fort William, well, just outside, and I've booked us into this beautiful off-grid lodge for the night. It's got a warm and welcoming open-plan living space, complete with kitchen and cosy bedrooms across both floors. Anyway, that's all from us tonight. We'll see you in the morning for our steam train adventure. So, the Hogwarts Express, otherwise known as the Jacobite, departs Fort William's main station each day at 10:15. With our tickets safely in hand, I'm dismayed not to find platform 9 3/4, so platform 2 will have to do today. Don't let the diesel locomotive put you off, a steam train is attached at the front. Introducing the Jacobite steam train and the very same locomotive that brought the Hogwarts Express to life in Harry Potter. I've booked us into the first class carriage. There are 2 seating options, a table for 4, or more fitting for Mum and me, a private table for 2. It may not quite be the compartment from the films, but the seats are traditional and wonderfully comfortable. Before long we roll ceremoniously out of the station amid a flurry of steam. Our final leg takes us around 40 miles west to the coast, but will we find Hogwarts? The journey is visually spectacular, though you'll want to book seats on our side of the train for the very best views. There are light refreshments available, served by a trolley service. No chocolate frogs, sadly. Given it's morning, I'm in need of a caffeine hit, so it's coffee for us, served with some Scottish shortbread. It's at this point the atmosphere in the carriage shifts to one of excitement and anticipation. The viaduct is nearly upon us. Though it was over quickly, it was everything I'd hoped for. Beaming from ear to ear, Mum and I sit content. It's a reminder that travel isn't just about where you go, but how you get there. We do, however, have one more thing to discuss. How much did this all cost? This experience involved many moving parts, and aside from being incredibly complex to plan, it's also come with an eye-watering price tag of $37,500. And yes, most of that comes down to just one train, the Royal Scotsman.
Well, what an incredible way to finish off our epic journey across the UK. Mum, how was your experience on the Jacobite train?
It was really good, really nice, and beautiful scenery. Arrived in this lovely place.
With that said, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you all again next time.